Hello, everybody. It's that time. It is Monday, January 13th, and we're live for a brand new week of pick and roll live streams here on the Board YouTube channel, part of the Hammer Betting Network, and presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook. We're live right here every weekday morning, typically 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. We had a couple of technical difficulties today that we are dealing with, but we're here ready to give you today's show, going through the slate of 6 NBA games. We'll hear some free picks from my co-host PipsNBA, and we will answer questions from the chat. If you guys do enjoy what you see from today's stream, please, as always, make sure you do hit that like button. It does help serve this channel and this content up to new people, gets more people involved with the show, and subscribe to the channel if you are one of those new people to keep up to date. 5 shows a week, every weekday morning, so long as there are NBA games to discuss. But we'll jump into things right away. Pips mentioned to me pre-show that he has got a play in the Golden State Warriors and Toronto Raptors game. So let's hear from him here.
Yeah, we're going to bet Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. I think it's not on the FanDuel. It's 17.5 there, but there are a minus 120 and minus 125. That's widely available. Like a lot of bookies have this. So I'll show you this on the screen. So we have so on the season, when you look at this, averaging 16.5 points over in almost half the games, and you look at this, it's almost half the games. But first off, we need to select with Stephen Curry. So when he's playing, it remains kind of the same. But in ton of these games, he played some lower minutes, a lot of blowouts for Golden State Warriors this season. So when he plays 28 plus minutes, he's over this line in 10 out of 16, averaging 18.8 points a game. And we need to now look into data, and I already looked it up. He averaged a very high usage with Kuminga out. So in games with Kuminga out, every single time he's at 24% usage. So when we exclude games where he had 15 or less percent, we get this. So we are up to 21 points a game, over in 10 out of 13. But some of these games were in tough matchups. Now he's scoring most of his points as a spot up, which is a great matchup against the Raptors. So let's just exclude 5 difficult matchups for spot up. That's Boston, who allows third least spot up, and Wolves, who allow 5th least spot up. And now we get this. He's over in 10 out of 11 games with 22.5 points average. The only under game came against the Pacers, where he scored only 16 points. So he was short only 1 point, and he shot below average efficiency in that game. And when we look at the matchup tonight, Raptors allowing 8 most spot up, 6 most transition points, above average to ball handlers, the most free throws. So yeah, like every way Wiggins scores, it's average or bottom of the league in defense. So great matchup for him tonight. Raptors overall 4th worst defensive rating, and yeah, they are allowing a lot of corner threes. He'll get there, and I expect them to heavily collapse on Steph Curry, as they were doing with almost every opposing best player. So that will open up a lot for Andrew Wiggins.
All right, so there we have it. First official pick of the day, Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. Wanted to get this one in quickly, so we'll go to the recap of the previous show's picks now. It was a weird day where it was there was 5 bets overall that we had on the show. We went, I believe overall we went 3 and 2. One of the winners was a weird one because De'Aaron Fox, his leg of the SGP voided. So we ended up getting minus 258 on Porzingis on SGP, which did cover. The big SGP was one of the losers. Kyle Kuzma also lost in a blowout. But overall, it was a slightly profitable day, bringing us all time on the show. By the way, I put the link in the chat earlier. All of our picks are tracked on the BetStamp app, publicly available for you to see. We don't have the current the bets that are about to be in play up on this, but once they have played, All of the pick history is here. You can go back to everything that's been on the show. We're at plus 18 units overall, and it hasn't been the best so far. We're pretty much right at where we started on this season, but hey, we've got quite a bit of time left, and we've been finding good spots all season, so the expectation is the results are sure to follow there. Before we go any further for the show, a reminder, we're presented by the FanDuel Sportsbook on the Board YouTube channel, and as the NBA season heats up and you're watching your favorite teams and players, check out FanDuel to make every NBA moment even more rewarding with America's #1 sportsbook. Easy to use, so many different markets available that are posted quickly with fair odds. They're very fair with limiting as well. Speedy withdrawals, one of the best sports books out there. And to sweeten the deal right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. Yes, guaranteed. So next time you get a hunch on who's going to win or how many points a player will score, bet it on FanDuel. Watch your picks come to life. Just visit FanDuel.com/board or go to the link in the description. But it's FanDuel.com/board. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NBA. But must be 21 plus and present in 6 states with Kansas City affiliation with Kansas Star Casino or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets to expire 7 days after receipt. After 3 months free trial, the full price of League Pass will be automatically charged monthly. Cancel any times. No refunds. Terms, restrictions, and embargoes apply. Limit 1 pass per customer. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelpline.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Now we'll jump into the rest of the games here on the FanDuel odds screen. We touch on every game. We don't need to spend much time on it. But the next game up here on the board is the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are minus 14 on the road against the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, this one is kind of like, I don't know. Like, for minus 14 seems much. It seems a bit too much, in my opinion.
I don't know. The Wizards?
Yeah, but they're healthy. So, I know that's not much. Yeah, they just lost 40 by
Yeah.
by Thunder.
Yeah,
I don't
33, 41 to the Thunder, 33 to the Bulls, 6 to the Sixers, 23 to the Rockets, 12 to the Pelicans, 12 to the Pelicans again, twice in a row to the Pelicans. They've been blown out in 5 of their last 6, and the one they didn't get blown out in, they lost by 6.
Yeah, makes sense. It's not like that I rate highly Wizards. It's just
Yeah.
being shaky with offense all entire season. Yeah, so I don't know if they can score enough, but overall, yeah, no. So not touching this game at all.
Yeah. We can go to the next one then. We've got the Knicks, who are minus 8 at home against the Pistons. The Pistons continue to be impressive. They continue to win games. In their last 10, I think in their last 11, actually, they're nine wins in their last 11 games, coming off of a 9-point win against the Toronto Raptors. Different task here away at MSG, though. How do you think the Pistons can compete with this Knicks team?
I think they can. They could. Think we have just a second to check. Yeah, Towns is not questionable. I thought that Towns was questionable. Towns was. Yeah. For this one, I'll do a weird bet.
Okay.
Actually, won't. It's too much juice. So for me to do this, I wanted I'll show you, but I won't make it official bet. I'll show you the play. It's can you check on the points and rebounds and assists at FanDuel, for Tobias Harris,
Tobias Harris rebounds and assists. For Tobias Harris, it's not available, not on the board.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't find it. So it's kind of interesting, but if you look at the last 7 games, it's been easy covering. like seven straight games he covered
He's
and averaged
7.5 elsewhere, by the way, if you wanted to
yeah.
play it.
And when you look at the games without Ivy this season, averaging 10.3 over in all 8 games. That's some tough matchup for rebounds and assists against the Wolves, where he had like season high 15. Rebounds are pretty good for him, and assist wise also well against without Ivy. The only thing that could kind of may move me away from it. It's now that Ausar Thompson is back and he's starting. But when we check with Ausar, just a second that I can find him, you can see that even with him, he averaged like 8.1. And especially in the last couple of games with him, when Ausar was a starter, he still covered in every single game, even against the Orlando Magic. Uh, so yeah, I could make this official bet. It's minus 120, minus 125, and minus 130 out there. We can do it minus 125, playing up to minus 130, because the numbers are just unbelievable. Like if you look at the entire season, and let's look at the games when Cade played, like he covered this in 79% of the games with 9.1 points average, rebounds and assist average. When we look at the games when he played like 30 plus minutes, it goes up to 88% win rate, averaging 9.4. And when you look at the games against the Knicks, he had 11 and 10. So this number should be 8.5, even money probably for him, because like I look at the entire season, uh, he averaged 9.4, so he has 7.5, a bit juiced, but even against the like I get it. It's because the Knicks don't allow rebounds; they allow second least rebounds. But he has a weird situation where this isn't a poor matchup for him. Why? Because he's playing at the four, and Durant will be pulled out with Towns shooting outside, so he'll have a lot of opportunity to get the rebounds, because Durant is either boxing out Towns, because who is the leader in the NBA in rebounds, or he's pulled out the Towns operating like at the elbow, pick and rolls, or being a pop option. You can't leave him open. Durant just can't leave Towns open, and then the rebounder is mostly Tobias Harris, Ausar Thompson, and Kate Cunningham. So that helps him get more rebounds. So that would be
So,
our second option.
okay, this is going to be the second official play then. It'll be Tobias Harris over 7.5 assists plus rebounds. Minus 120's out there. Minus 120 widely available, which is what we are going to play it at. Minus 130 also available and is also acceptable. This one is good to that. We'll add this on to the first play, which was Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 points. That'll help us move into the next game up on the list. We've got the Memphis Grizzlies away at the Houston Rockets. We've had some matchups recently between these two teams as well. Rockets at home as the favorites here. Just trying to find the matchup information on this team because they played each other on Thursday. Reminder, yeah, it was 119-115 to the Houston Rockets in that game. This is the second and third seed in the Western Conference. So how do you see this one going down, Pips? This is your Rockets.
I like my chances for my Rockets, especially at home. We just beat them away. We had a great game from Alperen Şengün, Jalen Green. Don't think they have anyone to actually stop Şengün. Like Jaren Jackson is great help, but he didn't do like great against in single coverage against Şengün. Şengün kind of cooked him a couple of times. Yeah, I like I like chances for Houston to win. Yeah.
They played recently. Was there anything you saw from that game or anything in particular looking at betting wise?
Yeah, we'll bet Jalen Wells under 10.5 points. I think it's a good. It's minus 110s, minus 120s, up to minus 125. I think FanDuel has minus 122 or minus 125.
128 now, so a little far
Yeah,
there, but minus
yeah,
110 widely available for this one.
yeah. So also an interesting one, when you look at the numbers straight up, it kind of looks that this is a lean over. And look at the entire season, he's over this line in 54% of the games, averaging 11.7. But we need to look at the games when Ja Morant and Desmond Bain played. Now it's completely different. It's only over 6 out of 18, averaging 9.6 points. But in some games, he did get ton of minutes. With them healthy, like they have almost everyone back. Jaren Jackson, Ja Morant, Desmond Bain, Aldama, Scottie Pippen, Zach Edey, Luke Cornetti, Larevia, Brandon Clark, like they have a deep rotation. And when you look at the games where he played between 18, which were normal minutes, 18 to 22, when they were healthy, up to 30 minutes, he's still under in 5 out of 15. But some of these games were against teams that allow a ton of spot up. And when you look at the games when he played teams outside of bottom 10 in spot up allowed, and Houston Rockets are second best, second least spot up allowed. He is under this line in all 8 games, averaging just 7.1 points. And 2 days ago, when they play 3 days ago actually, when they play Rockets, he played 23 minutes and scored only 4 points. Took 3 threes in 23 minutes. If he made 2 of those 3s, he will still be under this line. Yeah, just like matchups against Orlando Magic, 7 points. That similar type of defense to Houston Rockets. 7 points. Boston Celtics, similar type of defense, 7 points. Clippers, similar type of defense, only 7 points as well. So even if he made an additional 3 in all these games, he will still be under this line. And as we can see, matchup wise, he scores 38% of his points in a spot up. Rockets, as I said, second most dominant type of scoring is transition. Rockets are ninth best against this play type. He scores a lot of points from the corners. Rockets allow the least corners in the league. Overall, he scores like 60% of his points from the three. Rockets allow second least threes overall in the league. So very difficult matchup for Wells, and most guys are back, so his maximum limits should be limited to like 26 to 28, and in those minutes he wasn't clearing in these kind of matchups.
There's the third play of the day. Jalen Wells under 10.5 points. 3 official picks so far on the show through the 6-game slate. 2 more games to go through of that slate. We'll go to the next game. Miami away at the Los Angeles Clippers. I also feel like this was a game that took place. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like this game took place very recently as well between these two teams. But the Clippers, nonetheless, 20-17 on the season. They have not played recently. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Miami, on the other hand, look, they're winning some games here. They were struggling, dealing with the issues ongoing with Jimmy Butler. They lost to some bad teams, got blown out by some bad teams, but they had a friendly schedule here. They beat the Warriors by 16, beat the Jazz by 5 in a really ugly game, and beat the Trailblazers by 21. So perhaps some strides being taken, but there's still 6.5-point underdogs against the Clippers, and it does probably feel fair that is the case. Anything betting wise you're looking at in this one, Pips?
Yeah, not much. I hate to bet on Heat. I did have some success lately backing up the guy I praised on the show, Nikola Jovic. I think I won like 2 straight bets on Jovic. But now the line's adjusted and the matchup isn't great anymore. But you can look at like Jovic last couple of games when he got the minutes. Assist wise, especially, it's now juiced, so it's minus 155 or minus one, like big numbers. But last game it was minus 110, over 2.5 assists. I took it against the Portland Blazers. He had 5. I also took his points, rebounds, and assists last game and he had 34. Playing big minutes, 32 minutes. I think I lean still over 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But matchup is very much different for him. Portland was one of the best matchups in the league for his play types. now we can see that it's mostly yellow and red here, so not great for Jovic in this one. I am line moving every game and kind of adjusted, but you can see that couple of games have been really good for Jovic, and in January he's averaging 14, 5, and 4. Really love Jovic as a player. So, but betting wise, nothing but just saying like I like Jovic as a player.
All right, so we can go to the last game then. It's the San Antonio Spurs, 3.5-point underdogs away at the Lakers. Lakers 6th in the West with a 20-16 record, 2.5 games ahead of the 12 seed in the West, the San Antonio Spurs, who are 18-19 on the season. They have lost 3 games in a row. Still pause season and still a complicated matchup for the Lakers. I recall a really tight game between these teams, but I also recall a bit of a blowout win for the Lakers between these teams. How do you think this one's going to go down today?
Yeah, I was really surprised with how they played against Dallas. They got blown out against Dallas without Luka and Kyrie,
Yeah.
which is embarrassing. Let's be honest. Like
Yeah. Not
they're
even
playing
getting
Dallas
100.
without.
They lost by 21. Really bad.
Yeah, yeah. Really bad. Against Houston, I mean that's not a poor. Like you're losing
Losing by
away
4
at
is
Houston.
respectable there.
Yeah, they were down by 27 and came back. So they really fought in that game, and I was going crazy with four quarter with my Houston, almost throw that game away. But the Lakers did play like I can see your projection on the screen. Your
Oh, sorry.
us on the screen.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much on this game. Uh, most teams are healthy. So basically nothing to attack here. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like I kind of like Christie lately for them. He's been playing great and great. Finally, some guy that can defend and did some damage on the offense. Like if you take a look at the numbers, like Christie last 8 games averaging 14 points, which is crazy for Max Christie, who before that averaged like 5. Uh, play also averaging a lot of assists, rebounds, and you look at the steals and blocks. He's like, yeah, he's like overall like a good addition to the starting lineup. But I don't know if any of this is sustainable for him on offensive side of the court. So Lakers now with him out there and AD out there and no DLO, kind of improving their defense, especially with additional Dorian Finney-Smith and still Cam Reddish in rotation. So they have point of attack settled for most of the game, and they have a good rim protection with AD. So they should be above average defense moving forward. But yeah, to look at their numbers so far this season, Lakers are ranked as the 23rd defensive rating, which is terrible. If they can get above average for the rest of the season while staying relatively similar stuff on offense, they will be good. But yeah, no, betting wise, can't do much. I hate like these two teams played already twice this season, so some adjustments will be in place for the third. So obviously, when you look like teams played like game, and you look, oh, he scored 30 points against them. Let's bet him over now. That's probably ends up the worst bet ever most of the time because teams adjust to that one. So last game, for example, Lamelo went over against the Suns, and Mark Williams stayed under,
Mhm.
and they played like yesterday again, like after like 5 days, and then I targeted Mark Williams, and Lamelo stayed under, and now Mark Williams crashed. So they kind of make some adjustments. Because they watch the tape of the last game. Like if some guy is crushing them, they'll try to stop that guy, and then other guys will be open. So yeah,
All right. So that will do it for the 6 games that we have on the NBA slate today. We will go to the questions that we have from the show today, or rather the bets that we have from the show today to get Pips' reaction on them. Nicholas Jepson earlier today had 2 that he looked at. John Morant under 6.5 assists, -120. Chris Paul over 7.5 assists at -140. Let's start with John Morant. Do you like the under on assists here against the Rockets?
uh, Yeah, I think like they didn't help on Ja Morant in the games. I'll check the numbers on assists. I actually like his points, but yeah, he had only 6 and 9 potential assists in the two games against the Rockets this season. And when you look at the scoring wise, uh, this is interesting. So when you look at the scoring wise, and when we go to the usage, you can see that the highest usage of the season was against the Houston, and the second highest of the season was the second game against the Houston. So first one 43% usage, second one 40% usage. So out of all 22 games this season, first and second highest usage was against the Houston Rockets, and that always means not always, but most of the time that means they are letting him play in single coverage. Playing single coverage means less assists available, less easy targets to pass. So yeah, that makes sense.
And sorry, you touched on Chris Paul there. We have Chris Paul over assists as well.
Yeah, I don't know. That's minus 140. Yeah, I think he has a good numbers of course. Like last game against Lakers, 6 on 15 potential. First game 11 on 17, so 17 and 15 potential should end up being enough for him to cover. But now they are healthy, and I don't know. Overall, the season I lean over, but I think minus 140 is kind of almost fair. Like,
Okay. So
yeah.
not quite at the price to bet in that case. We've also got a question. Sorry, we go back to Ja Morant on Ja Morant points. No question on over or under or number. Just Ja Morant points. If you had to choose a side, would you lean over or under?
Over, I just said like highest usage of the in scoring, single
Okay.
coverage. Amen is unbelievable defender, but still, Ja Morant, like if he gets single coverage, he'll score. Like he'll have
Right.
below average efficiency by way above average usage. So that's yeah.
Fair enough there. Two more to go here. Jonathan asked about Buddy Hield over 1.5 assists without Jonathan Kuminga featuring against the Raptors.
So, Buddy Hill, I actually have this on my screen, but I won't share it. I just read it. Need to add Schroeder. So when Jonathan Kuminga is out and we have Draymond Green and Schroeder in, Buddy Hill average 4 assists per 36 minutes. So his number goes from 2.4 to 4 assists, but per 36 minutes. How many minutes is he playing tonight? I don't know, but not much. Think he could be up to 20, 24. So that's close. That's really close. Like I lean over on
Yeah.
this. Also, Draymond Green is questionable. That helps this bet a lot. Draymond Green being questionable, he could be out, and then Buddy Hield should have assists. He's over this line in 3 straight. But on the season, when you look at the games when he played between 20 and 28 minutes, he's 50-50 on this line.
Is
But
this?
he's now playing a team that allows ton of assists.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lean over.
Okay. Lean over on Buddy Hield assists. We also have Jalen Brunson over 24.5 points from Green Bean.
Yeah, the matchup is absolutely amazing. So I think that's not widely available. I think that's one book. Most of the books have 25. So if you have 24, of course you need to bet it. Like that's simple.
Yeah, I didn't check. I don't even see 24 on anything. So hey, if you have it, it probably will close at least 25. So yeah, maybe a good spot there. Okay, well, we've gone through all the games. We've gone through all the questions. That'll do it for the show today. 3 official picks despite the smaller slate of NBA games. It never really matters what size it is. It matters the matchups and the games and the quality of the picks here. And like I said, 3 picks that we gave to you guys courtesy of my co-host here, Pips NBA. If you guys enjoyed the show, hit that like button. Help drive us up in the YouTube algorithm. Help us reach some new viewers for the channel. And to those new viewers, if you're watching, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for live shows every weekday morning here on the Board YouTube channel. Here are those 3 picks. To recap, we have Andrew Wiggins over 16.5 at minus 16.5 points at minus 120 odds against the Raptors. Tobias Harris over 7.5 assists plus rebounds against the Knicks. Minus 125 odds there. Minus 120 was available. This is also good to minus 130. And then finally, in the Memphis-Houston game, Jalen Wells under 10.5 points, minus 110, widely available there. That'll do it for the show. As I said, again, please share, please like, please subscribe, please support the channel. And we'll be back tomorrow for more from Pick and Roll. We hope to see you there.